Hey, it's the beer video where all the beers are gay. They're all gay.
Yep.
They're all gay. So if that's too much for you, there's the door. Out of
You,
here.
you pointed at your wall of nonsense.
There's a door right there. You can't see it because there's nonsense all over the door, also. Yeah, you
Oh,
can't see the door in the frame. Well, you kind of can, but not really. It still just looks like there's bullshit that a 12-year-old put on a wall. Nope. It was me. Helen. Oh,
yes.
and all
What?
teas, all beers are gay. All teas are gay. And
Oh, I've got a pot water this time, but yeah, all
oh,
those are
that's
good.
right. That's right. I forgot. We're not doing a tea this time. You told me this. I should be prepared and ready, and I'm not. And
Why don't you remember things I mentioned offhand several days previously?
because you were very excited about it, and I should remember the things you're enthusiastic about. So I was, it happens. My memory not so good. Um, and against my, I really was just going to like rip open a Bud Light and make that be the beer this week. But you know, look, there's no reason to suffer.
No, no.
Oh boy. Uh they call us the snowflakes though, right? Right?
I feel like every time this happens, like there's just this whole round of people purchasing the thing just to destroy it in public to own the libs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really sure you understand how a boycott works.
No, no. And they also don't understand how marketing works. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it's I love inclusivity and I appreciate that they're putting that message out there. I really do. It's great. These are things that need to happen. And as we know, if you look at any poll, well, any poll that's not run by a crazy person, um, time is time and society is not on these people's side. And
Yeah.
I think
What are they mad about? Like what happened with Bud Light? I just heard something about
shit.
like,
God, I cannot remember the person who they put on the can. So there,
oh right, right. It's that like, oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. What's her name?
I
Dill.
know it's because we're doing a video that my brain is blocking this from happening.
Of
But
course. Yeah.
they put her on a can and she's doing some marketing. Like she was just doing like a commercial with them. Um, and so everybody lost their minds. Starting with Kid Rock, who's 52, and we're still calling him Kid. But today, the girl who does my nails was talking about being disappointed in Kid Rock. I'm like, you can't be disappointed in somebody you didn't have any expectations for to begin
And
with.
been his thing for a while. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I uh
yeah,
I kind of, like what is it? I think isn't he like a private school kid like that doing the whole stolen redneck valor thing?
I
I
think so. Yeah,
basically a joke rapper with a kid and play haircut, and you know,
basically, yeah, yeah.
we all would have
Um,
been better if he'd stayed like that, I suppose. But new metal got big,
Dylan
so
Mulvaney. Damn it, that's the name. Dylan Mulvaney. I had to look it up because it was I knew
yeah,
I knew the
like
name and I just couldn't. My brain wouldn't let me have it because I'm gonna
I think strange choice, not because like I have any objection to a transgender person in my beer ads or whatever, but like I don't know, just I did not get a Bud Light vibe from Dylan Mulvaney. Like,
No, no, I don't either. But you
yeah, I
know,
just feel like I would expect her to be like, I don't know, maybe like for one of those like hard seltzers that's like a better graphic design on the can version of
sure,
White.
sure.
I know I'm like stereotyping based on this person's public persona. Maybe she just fucking loves Bud Light, but like I don't know. It just seemed like very, very strange.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's
it,
why I'm saying like a lot of this is just marketing, and like people are flipping out because again, I mean the inclusivity thing's great, and I'm very happy that they're putting that message out there, especially a beer like this. It's consumed by how many goddamn millions of people, so it's great, and more of that, please. But also, I mean, they're both benefiting from it as well. I mean, she is her profile is raised from this. Bud Light gets a little bit more, piece of the pie from a different audience. I mean, so we also have to remember that there's a lot of marketing here, and so people are just losing their fucking minds over that because they're babies and they're scared and they're watching
Yeah,
their numbers dwindle as you should.
because it's like how I'm constantly, or not constantly, but I've yelled at you a couple times for engaging with some chat on Twitter. It's like, you know, like part of the strategy is making people mad.
Yeah,
Like in the Bud Light's case, I'm pretty sure they knew it was going to make people mad, and it did, and it's very funny. But
it's
like,
hilarious.
it's like like this whole like you fucking publicly shitting your pants about this is kind of what they want, right? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know. It's it's piss beer. Like, I do think one of my favorite things is when like local breweries kind of take the idea of like a crappy piss American beer and like beat them at their own game. There's like a few local breweries that have done like, like this is kind of like light crappy American beer, like,
yeah,
or even if we're talking regional, like if I must have a like a macro brew style, like I don't know, I'd rather have like hams or something than Bud
yeah,
Light.
yeah. My late
Maybe
friend Meek, one of her favorite beers was hams. Almost every time I would see them, they would have a hams with them.
it is.
Usually multiple. I went to. I know we have to get the drinks. We have to let's talk about let's go. I went first last week. You go first this week, and then people can stick around for us continuing to make fun of people.
Okay. Well, this week I have a THC seltzer from East Lake, which is a local brewery. They do a lot of sours and stuff, and I think a few of them won awards. Um, they're kind of not my thing. Sours kind of upset my tummy, but they did do a really good one that was a kind of a dill pickle and beet sour.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
I'm a freak who enjoys pickle flavored things, even when it's
Boy,
there's
Helen, you got to come to Pittsburgh then. We have a weekend called Picklesburg where they shut down one of the bridges and they just serve like all these different pickle related. Next time it happens, um I'm going to send you a link about it. Seriously, it's just and I hate pickles, so I've never gone, but it's like every year it's this huge gigantic thing downtown Pittsburgh. Sorry, go ahead. Pickles and beets.
yeah, that one I actually liked quite a bit. May have even reviewed it for a beer video forever ago, but I can't remember. So this is a guava sparkling water. It's got this kind of nice like ombre can, which hilariously I just noticed. I was reorganizing one of our bookshelves, and there's this copy of J.G. Ballard's Million Sands that she
Oh, look at
smashes.
that.
How
Yeah.
about I haven't read this yet. I skimmed the first few pages and it looks interesting. When I work through a little more of my backlog, maybe I'll get to this one.
And have one of these THC seltzers with it at the same.
I've heard J.G. Ballard's writing is probably pretty good when you're not, so we'll
Yeah.
see about. Um, yeah. So, oh, that's a rather dramatic can opening. Maybe I have a cold. I can't smell much. Oh, yeah, that's real nice. I like that a lot. Um, there's a local like free um or the staff from the local free paper that got shut down. They started a new website called Racket, which is real good if you like, if you're interested in local Minneapolis news. Anyway, they have a weed edibles and drinks review section, and they covered this and it got pretty highly rated, and I see why, because this is very good. It actually tastes quite a bit like guava, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like I think guava is an ingredient in some East Lake sours. So whatever, I don't know if this is like from like actual guava glop in here somewhere, but it's really nice. It's not overly sweet, which is a problem with a lot of guava stuff.
Yeah. So I've never had a THC beverage of any type because I'm in Pennsylvania and we edibles are not legal here. Um, does it taste pot-y? Pot-ish? I don't know how to like do you get is there a good?
This one does not. I've had some that were really incredibly skunky though.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's not even sometimes like based on how much THC is in them. This is 5 milligrams, for example,
Okay.
and I have some other 5 milligram ones that like like reeked like smells like Otto's jacket. Uh,
Yeah.
uh yeah, this I wish they sold this in six packs. They've only found individual cans, which are a little pricey, but God, ooh,
Hey.
yay!
Well, while
I'm
you're burping, oh, sorry, go ahead.
They have some other fruit flavors too, and I think it's just like the fruit flavors they use in their sours, which I am now excited to try more of. Um, Sadly, this is one of the more expensive THC seltzers on the
How much
market.
how much was it? If you don't
This
mind
I
saying.
think $7 or $8 for this can.
How much?
Um, $7 or $8 for
Oh,
this
okay.
top.
Okay.
Um, Pretty like kind of on the higher end of standard, like for 4 packs usually, which are like really widely varying in strength, and I don't think they're priced based on strength really.
Yeah.
I've seen like usually between 18 and $24.
For four.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, you can't chug them like beers unless you want to have a real interesting night. I made the mistake of drinking two in a row once, and like Matt came home, and I'm like kind of on the couch, like watching the dust motes kind of drift in the air,
Yep.
and
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
It's a good time.
it's not like kind of it's I don't think anything will compare to the first time I had edibles where like, I had I think 4 times as much as I was really supposed to.
Oh, the classic, yes.
Yeah, and when I woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't move my legs, I remember I had to pee, and so I was like kind of like dragging myself down the hall like on my hands.
Oh my God.
I think my
Yeah.
legs once I actually got to the bathroom, thank God. But like that was memorable. I did not fuck with edibles for a very long time after that, which I feel like that's understandable.
Classic case.
Yeah.
Well, my beer is not as exciting just from a perversity stamp or perversion or not, whatever. Usually I'm like looking for really weird beers or really weird cans. And I just kind of like this one. It's called Big Out West. It's a bourbon barrel aged red ale. It's 7.8% alcohol. It is by Hamburg Brewing Company, which is in Hamburg, New York. I just sort of like the can. It's got a nice deserty western vibe, which
We
makes
have got a similar color scheme going on,
we
I think.
do. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna point that out and then forgot. Oh, and I'm gonna drink out of a C3PO glass, which makes some sense because he did some time on Tatooine, a desert planet. I'm a dork.
Yes. I don't know if I mentioned to you that like I've just even more than ever I have cut myself out of any conversation around Star Wars.
Never a bad idea.
I uh
Oh,
I'm kind of glad I got into Star Wars pre-internet, like as a child, because like n- the fan base on the internet is the worst fucking thing.
oh,
How's
they're
your
the
game?
same in person. They're, I don't want to tell the story here, but I went to a Star Wars convention once to cover. This is ages ago when I worked for a newspaper, and I went out there to cover the Star Wars convention, and I left after a day and a half. I drove straight home because I was like, these aren't my people. They're just not.
Ah,
My first thing, I smelled this and I did a. So I mentioned this is bourbon barrel aged red ale, and you can smell it. It smells very boozy, which is Thought my cat was out there scratching around, which is a good thing. So let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, this is delicious. Wow, definitely a huge. The bourbon notes are there. They're heavy and yeah, they're not subtle. They're these things are not sitting in the background. It tastes like a mouthful of bourbon. The ale part of it's very snappy. The carbonation is perfect. Um, it's like the perfect type of carbonation, at least for my taste, of what I like in a beer. Um, let's go one more here. That's the color. I don't know if I showed it yet.
That
Wow.
is really
I guess it depends on how much you like bourbon and bourbon flavoring. I can't drink liquor. Mental health, I can't. So trying to find, bourbon barrel aged beers is a kind of a big thing for me because I still get a little bit of that taste, but not not the great anxiety problems the next day. But
right.
man,
Sure.
was that?
Yeah, of course. Bourbon tends to make me either very friendly or very punchy, and it's a complete roll of the dice. So I
Yeah.
just would rather not fuck with it. But yeah, like bourbon barrel aged stuff is nice for that because like you still, yeah, like you still get the bourbon flavor and none of the weird mental effects.
Yeah. Five. This is fantastic. This is really, really, really good. I mean, out of all the beers we've done for the beer video, this is at least top five, top 10. It's really
Cool.
good. That makes me want to sit under a cactus. Not under a cactus. I can't lean against a cat. Well, I could, but that would be a terrible idea. Um, I
Just
don't know.
kind of squat awkwardly like next to the cactus.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
There you
Um,
go.
Funny enough, I did jot down East Lake because I for a little bit of inside baseball. I always have to text Helen after these videos are over, going like, "Wait, who made that again?" So I can tag them. I actually wrote it down, and I had to take it off of my what do you call it? These my little post-it note thing because I had a post-it note from a beer that my therapist told me to try. So
All right.
when I, what's that?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so if I can track this one down, and they do sell this type of beer is available in our area. So if I can track this down, this will be the beer video one week. But this week it's this. So very exciting. Very tasty beer. We got a THC seltzer, and both of them gay. Both of them gay friendly. If you're gay and you want beers, if you want a seltzer, knock yourself out. Go grab one. And if people give you a hard time, fuck them. There's just a lot of fragile people on this planet. Fuck them all. Fuck them. Helen, anything else?
Oh, just a bit of housekeeping. I
Oh,
will be
yes.
out of town soon. So next week and the week after that, next Saturday, we fly to Europe the day, like the next day. So I will probably not be around. I will probably be, kind of trying to puzzle out my luggage because I get kind of obsessive and anxiety ridden about
Sure.
that. But hopefully, the following Saturday, I will be at Roadburn in the Netherlands, and I need to check the schedule again to try to figure out who I'm actually going to watch. But I'm sure it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Fuck. Yeah, that'd
Uh,
be amazing. By the way,
Someday
I think they're playing Roadburn, but if they're not, they played it before. I did get the new Blood Ceremony promo.
they're not playing Roadburn. Sadly, I
Uh,
would. Um, they're touring with Uncle Acid,
yeah,
who gave him a couple chances, but I I have never been anything but a little bit bored by them, unfortunately.
understandable. I like some of their stuff. I'll Cut You Down is probably their best song, and that's on their first record. I don't know if it's the first song on the album. It might be. If it is, it's just sort of like their high point, and then but yeah, I've never been hugely into them, but I'm fine with them.
I mean,
God.
they're
But the Blood
I
Ceremony promo is not downloadable, which sucks. Stop sending promos out that aren't downloadable. Fuck. I don't want to have to stream this shit. Anyway,
Well, I mean, I'm gonna listen to it either way. I forgot it had been so long since their last album.
Yeah. Well, it's out May 5th. I've already pre-ordered it even before I haven't even heard it yet. Like I got the promo and I haven't listened to it yet. Um, but yeah, I've already pre-ordered the album. I don't care. It could just be them, you know.
Yeah, I know, like, I don't know if she was still, like, like, in the process of doing this, like, during their last one, but I know their singer's got a PhD, so, like,
Yeah.
I know that level of grad school does tend to put quite a bit of a drain on your free time
Yeah.
and general enjoyment of life, so
Yeah.
maybe that.
Could be. I know she produced the last Velour album, but their bass player's in that band, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I think I got into them when I was, like, kind of, like, sadly looking for, like, any new Blood Ceremony material, so at least, like, I got introduced to Velour out of that because 'cause
Yeah.
they're really good.
I saw them here in Pittsburgh in a very small room, and they were fucking incredible. It was just like the room's not big enough for them. Yeah, they were so good. And I think a local band called The Long Hunt opened for them. The Long Hunt. If you're watching this and you've never heard of them, um, very earth centric type of instrumental desert doom. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like Earth, but I mean, if you like Earth, it's kind of in that same wavelength. But Sweetheart People, and they have two albums out. Both of them are fucking great. So um, there's also a good Pittsburgh band called Veil that just put a record out. Actually, I think it comes out this Friday. Um, atmospheric black metal, kind of some post black metal, one man band from Pittsburgh, also really good. Vale, Vale, not to be mistaken with Vale that's on the Flenser, different band. But yeah,
Out of band now, I think.
yeah,
Just I don't know.
yeah. All right,
Mm.
hey, look, this has been the beer video. Everybody enjoy themselves. We'll figure something out for next week. If Helen can't be here, she probably won't be able to be since you're flying. Maybe we'll see if we can get a guest next week. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens. And then the week after that, do you think you'll do the week that you're going to see Roadburn? Because we can make something work. If not,
Yeah, I think our first ever collaboration, I was in Spain. It depends, we're also gonna be at a cabin with, a few friends, so, we'll see.
we'll figure
Uh,
something out.
yeah, I'm not sure what options are gonna be available to me in the Netherlands. Not that there's any shortage of edibles there, I'm sure. I don't know how tapped into the pot beverage market they are.
You never
I
know.
and, I don't wanna have to do anything that's gonna involve me speaking Dutch, so we'll see how much I can actually, interact with people there.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hey, we're gonna figure it out. It's been the beer video. Ron DeSantis is a baby.